There were times where we had open guys, and multiple times, of course, over the course of the season where we've had open guys on one side of the field and we're looking at the opposite side of the field. Raiola bails on the play a little bit too early sometimes, especially with his eyes, and he doesn't go look back on the other side of the field. And I've seen it a lot, and I saw it a couple of instances today. I'm not sure how many overall until I can look at the press box. But, yeah, it's like his eyes bail on one side, and then he gets too locked in on the other side. To whatever side he's running to. He gets too locked in on that side. So there were a couple of instances where that really hurt us, especially on that first drive. I still think I can't remember who it was who was open on a play on that first drive. He just didn't look back that direction, and he had a guy open.
What he sometimes will do when he does look back is he throws it so late, like you saw against, was that Maryland, where he had the pick when he came back late to the middle? It was. We also had one like that against, I think, another team. But that's when he does come back, it's usually late and throwing to the middle.
Yeah.
Which is you never do. That's rule number one.
What's up, Drizzle Stick? Just like that, don't care anymore. 6-6 Gorilla, get offensive line. If you would even call that as abysmal. Power 5 school with the O-line that bad. Yeah.
It's an offensive line. It's an offensive line. I'm offended by their play.
That went right over my head, bro. I'm too tired for this.
That's funny.
No, I'm with you. This is an abysmal offensive line. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. And so nobody can call me negative anymore about that, talking about that O-line. Latif would take pressure off of the line.
Well, you could do a lot of QB runs with him, but
you're
going to burn your red shirt.
We definitely don't want to burn his red shirt. We definitely don't want him to get out there running around either and have him taking a lot of hits. Like we got to be smart with Latif and make sure that like we build him up the right way, because we've seen it in the NFL a lot of times where you have a quarterback who goes out there behind a bad offensive line and you get a quarterback and run the ball, but you don't want to him to lose his confidence. Because again, you see that in the NFL when they go to a bad team, play behind a bad O-line, players lose their confidence and then they get the yips about him. So yeah, we got to be smart with Latif and understand Raiola is our guy. At the end of the day, Raiola is our guy, and he's going to be the guy that brings us to the end of the season. So I just think we need to get it out of our head of bringing in Latif. I get it's exciting because he's a dual threat quarterback, and that's kind of like, when you have a bad offensive line, you need a dual threat quarterback. But Dylan's just got to figure this out.
He's got to increase his ability to dissect what's happening in front of him.
100%.
That's, I think, his biggest issue right now.
Let's see. See y'all next season. All right, Drizzle Stick. See you later.
We'll be here.
Let me skip ahead here a little bit. Minnesota they do every time they play us.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like they're not intimidated by Nebraska. Nor should they be.
Beat us 6 times in a row.
Nor should they be. Until we beat them, they should expect to beat us every single time, especially in their home stadium.
Gosh, they beat us one year during the COVID year with like 40 freaking players on their roster. Like they have our number, just like Wisconsin outside of last year, and just like Iowa. Like we're stuck in this weird phase where we can't beat the teams. When we came into the Big Ten,
we can't beat the teams that don't beat themselves.
Yeah, because we beat ourselves.
2
4th down stops, and I canceled essentially because of DPI.
And we were favorable. Hey, we talked about how that spread was a little crazy.
I mean, how that spread went up to 27-24, though.
You picked 27-24?
Yeah, that's why I picked.
I was 28-24. I was 28-24, so we were only a point off. Let's see. 80s tell Rhule on Monday you need to commit to us with an extension, and that wasn't even like a confident 28-24.
You can't have him sign an extension after this. Absolutely not.
Commit to us with an extension. Tell people you were gone. Players are not prepared. I honestly don't think. I don't think we can put this on the Penn State stuff because again, I think that exonerates the team of any
gives them an excuse.
Yeah, it exonerates the team.
There is no excuses.
I honestly think, regardless of the Penn State stuff, I think this game, I don't think that was a distraction, and nor should it be. I don't think the players thought he's leaving. Like I just don't see how that little talk about it is a distraction. I just don't. I get why people say that. Like I understand, and it very well could be. I could be completely wrong. But again, I just think we need to put the focus on the fact that this team just did not show up.
Yeah, I was saying it at the beginning of the year. I was saying it a week or two ago. When you go Saturday, game was at what, 2:30?
Yeah.
Game was over by 6:30, 7 o'clock. Those guys are not getting back into Lincoln until midnight probably. And then you got to go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're flying out Thursday. And then you have a game Friday. You have a short week, two road trips back to back. It's tough. It's physically tough. It's mentally tough. That's why, like, at the beginning of the year, I was like, if we can split Maryland and Minnesota, like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I still expected us to win. Splitting it is not the end of the world. Like, we're still
It's the
5-2.
I feel like it's the way in which we split it that's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, this was pretty
Yeah.
pretty embarrassing, honestly, too. I mean, national scale, the whole country's watching Miami get upset. They tune in to watch you get your asses beat.
The schedule lines up with a pretty favorable get right game.
In theory.
And this has to be where the team proves that they're different this year by how they respond to this loss. Like this versus last season, right? The end of the season is going to tell everything because we can't have another meltdown like we did last season. Cannot. So this first game off of this is going to tell the story. Reminds me of like that Maryland game in 2023. Was it 13-10 or something like that? Or was that last year? Can't remember.
Is that the year we lost where we had Chuba Purdy throw an interception at the end of the game?
Well, it was like 13-10. I cannot remember. But like that game right there would have been like around the same time as this one, the get back on track game. We cannot throw out another dud like that. This team has to regroup, and the schedule lines up perfectly for a chance to get out there, right the wrong, get a win. And whether it be against Northwestern or whatever, the fact that I don't care who it's against, they got to come out and they got to put their foot down on Northwestern's throat and prove that like this is a good team. They can't just barely beat Northwestern. I'm sorry. They got to put a 4-quarter performance against Northwestern together to have any confidence towards the end of the season. And
if Northwestern wins tomorrow, they're going to be coming to Lincoln riding high.
Oh yeah.
They're going to be 6-2. They'll be 6-2.
Northwestern's, I feel like, is a team that typically plays with nothing to lose. You know, that's kind of how, because they have to play like that because they're typically not the more talented team on the field.
Yeah, and they're not making a bunch of NIL either. I mean, they truly are like backs against the wall. They don't have nothing compared to what we have, compared to what Minnesota has, resources and money.
Yep.
And the fact that they're able to go out and win, I mean, shout out to their coach. That's a hell of a job he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. I'm going to try to just hit a couple more comments here. 18% of all plays.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Now just count the dropbacks, it's even higher.
FCS tackles and MACD line. That about sums it up.
Facts.
That's pretty accurate. I'm not going to lie. I would hate to see
honestly
the tackling grade of this game.
I would say I'm not trying to be rude. I don't think our tackles would start at an FC.
Well, I don't know about that. That's a little crazy.
Well, they could start, but maybe they wouldn't be very
good. Yeah. But
that's probably a better way.
They're not good. There's not a good Power 5 offensive line. We'll put it that way.
Plus, you lost Rocco on the first possession of the game.
Yeah, that was frustrating. Blueprint to beat us: run the ball. The only pass when you have to. Rush your QB as much as possible. I mean, pretty right on point there. That's exactly what they did.
I love the comment right after that.
Why do we suck always? Bro, has he got like a video game fan celebrating on his profile picture? That's funny. Recruiting, those misses in the trenches matter. 100%.
Got a lot of talent that's young right now.
Yep.
Supposedly.
Minnesota's backed up with 2 line. We don't go out and sack in the end zone. And then they just run the ball up the middle. Easy.
Well, that first play from the 2 should have been at least, like, best case scenario, a 1-yard gain. But realistically, they had him blown up in the backfield, and he made a nice little cutback. He saw a little hole, and he went through that and got 4 or 5 yards on it. I mean, he made a good run, but it should have been stopped.
I just don't understand why we abandoned the run. Yeah, me neither.
You got to establish the run in order to abandon it. They didn't even attempt to establish a run game tonight.
Yeah.
Hell, Minnesota's backup running back almost had more rushing attempts than Emmett Johnson before that last drive.
Yeah. What was it?
He had 11 in Minnesota before the last drive. He had 11.
What did he
attempts.
end up with? 14. Well, what was yardage?
Oh, he was 14 for 63, so 4.5 yards a carry, which is solid.
Got it. Let's see. Don't know why we didn't run more screens. There was sound of Rhule every play. We ran that Isaiah Hunter screen towards the end of the game when it was put away. We should have went back to that. I don't care. We need to throw that early in the game. Even if you use the injury excuse, it's still a disaster. What injury excuse?
Next man up, man.
We need to stop using Satterfield all offensive plays, come up with new. We're still blaming Satterfield. That was Tyler Kanak. I think he's talking about on that play you were talking about earlier. Anyone still buying the magical third year BS? We literally kind of said that like this a different year 3, like it wasn't going to happen year 3. Like this wasn't going to be a contender in year 3. It was a potential playoff contender, but I'm talking about actual contender, kind of like this turnaround was always going to take longer than 3 years, but we were supposed to be better in year 3. That was what I will say.
This isn't your Temple or Baylor year 3 when you're playing in the AAC and a Big 12. That's at that time, Oklahoma was not good. Yeah. Texas was not good. This is the Big 10 where Minnesota's going to win 8 games.
Yeah.
Where Iowa's going to win 8 games. Where most of the teams in this league are going to win 8 games. Like, this is a tough league.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same thing. I mean, we could be better in year 3 and be 8-4 or 9-3.